Hello and welcome back to the GGBet Chicago Invitational. It's time for the final map between OpTic and GamerLegion. It's Overpass. Now this is a map we've already seen GamerLegion play today. Didn't win it, but they picked it, so hopefully they've improved.
Yeah, no, they did pick it. It didn't just seem that way when we saw them play the T side, and that was really the worrying factor about it all. I think just in general, what we've seen out of OpTic as much up and down as they can be as well. At least they're more balanced in how they approach it. They never necessarily fall completely flat and seem like they have no idea what they're doing. That kind of was the case for GamerLegion on their T side, and they were going up against an Avangard who didn't necessarily look too impressive. They're not an Overpass team by any means either, so it raised a lot of questions. Luckily, GamerLegion got better once the series got moving towards the latter two maps than what we saw. And, I mean, they started off this series in a pretty solid fashion as well, right? Yeah. Vertigo looking pretty strong on both sides of the field. So I guess we can't count them out completely. Might just been a one-off on the Overpass showing, but I don't know, slightly leaning towards OpTic.
Yeah, I definitely think, taking a look at it, you would say OpTic are the favorite anyway. But for GamerLegion, earlier, most definitely. If you look at their performance earlier, you definitely realize that it is going to be an OpTic favored series. But the fact that GamerLegion have started to see their individuals rise, which is a really good sign for me, because Scream is completely AFK on Overpass, apart from one run. So
yeah, no, that's very true. And he had, well, he's had that happen a couple of times, actually, so far in this Invitational already. And you need to have them activated. It's obviously going to be a massive improvement for you as a team, right, if that happens. But they're going to be off for, I guess we're going to get to see how much they've improved early on, because OpTic won the pistol. I'm assuming that they're going to, well, I say pistol, knife round. So I'm assuming they're going to start on the CT side. And we're going to get pretty quick answers to whether or not GamerLegion realized what they made or did wrong, what kind of mistakes they made, or if it's just going to be a bit of a whitewash. Because we have to consider OpTic played this, which is heroic as well. And that was a tightly contested game, right?
Yeah.
Again, they know how to play the map. They're not going to be an easy opponent. So time will tell.
Yeah, well, like you said, GamerLegion on the T side, OpTic on the CT side as predicted, and it will be the Diffuse Kit, the Smoke on Refresh, the rest of them with Kevlar, and GamerLegion are going to have themselves every single player apart from HS on Kevlar. So let's see what GamerLegion can get done. Straight away towards middle, we'll challenge Nico, who's in a bit of a crossfire. With three players, in fact, and MSL up on top of the flower bed towards long, sees multiple opponents coming towards him. Taking a couple of shots, trying to bait the attention, while Config can assist from the toilets.
Oh, nice flash onto Config, and still find Snock. All right, then. Oh, could be one of those. Scream, though, with the P250.
That's more like it from Scream.
Yeah, you wanted to see him more activated in the game. Nico showed up where Config used to be, but this is something we saw in the first matchup as well. Hampus on the long lurk, not going to find Refresh, though. That might have just killed any hope of coming back into the round for GamerLegion. Stream does have the bomb, and again, does have P250 plus armor. Was dropped to him by HS. I mean, if his aim is on point, this is always something he can do. You need to actually clutch this out with an ace for it to be a reality.
Well, he's done it already in the Invitational. Was a 1v2, yes, clutch. This would have to be the 1v3, so a step better. He has got the P250, 25 seconds to play with as well, but the bomb should get planted. At least go for that.
Is he wanting to equalize the numbers a little bit now? Seems like he's going to be happy with a plant, potentially.
Yeah, that
you can't play around with this
time, yeah.
You can't play with it too much, but he's going to get the bomb plant down. That's a nice get for GamerLegion given the situation. And okay, then Scream. All right, Mr.
I really thought that was going to happen.
Exactly, yeah. You look at the way he lands the first shot onto Tessa and thinking like, oh, well, I mean, this can happen.
It's just the way he just makes it look easy to get that one bullet off.
Never shoots more than just one bullet as well. It's just like, bam, that's going to be a hit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but the fact is, if it isn't, then he just looks like a bit stupid, you know? Because you just get dropped almost instantly after you only fire one bullet.
Yeah. It worked out, I guess, initially for him, but couldn't quite get it all the way to the end, but it does net him 3 kills, so he's going to have a little bit extra. I mean, sitting at 4K with a bomb plant as well. It's 300 extra bucks plus, obviously, the bonus planning here. You see a quick swap. Pretty damn accurate.
There we go. Wanted to see that again. It was quite nice. But we get into this. There's the odds from GG.bet. 3.24 for GamerLegion. OpTic favored on Overpass.
Yeah, that I guess feels right. And if the guys from GG.bet watched that first game.
Yeah.
Probably would have expected this, but the hero AK is out and about, and it's already found Nico. And Scream, I mean, it looked like it could be in a pretty rough spot, but he only takes 48 points of damage. It's definitely something you can deal with. Hampus, once again, on the opposite side of the map from the rest of his team, and he might have to deal with MSL at a bit of an awkward angle here. And it doesn't have anyone to flash for him as of right now, and there's also Tessa's moving up. So timing can catch him off guard. Shadow makes that an easy task for MSL. But it hasn't stopped the rest of GamerLegion from moving as a unit towards that A-bomb site.
I really just can't keep my eyes off VHS's Herod.
Yeah, no, it is quite the sight. And speaking of sights, Scream is really feeling it to start things off here on Overpass.
Yeah, definitely Tessa's though. Backs inside of the smoke. There's the kill onto VHS. Another one coming through as well. So Tessa's making sure that he gets a couple of kills. Yeah, to his tally. His Scream is the last man standing, but can he pull it off? Another headshot comes in. That's 3 already for the headshot machine.
He's got time to work with it here as well. 30 seconds. So while bomb is dropped at site, he might sneak himself forward and get this to be 2 isolated 1v1s, or at least give himself some time to adjust.
Well, making his way towards the side. The bomb's still on the floor. Scream gonna try and take the fight. There it is. Can he? Oh my God! Scream pulls it off again. It's another ace clutch, and this is twice now. On this Invitational, he's done that.
Yeah, and he plays that so well too. He spots the shadow on the player, widing, you know, looking for the angle over toward as he would have crossed over to the bomb site. Right, spots the shadow and just makes the jump for it. He ignores it to the point where there's no way he's going to be able to react from Optimus on that angle. Finds the first kill and just great correction. And you can see, like, he's fine-tuned for this one.
And this was a win condition for GamerLegion, a player that was not online earlier on Overpass. A big factor as to why they couldn't really find too much impact. And, well, he's definitely showing up here.
8 frags, yeah. We were disappointed that he couldn't clutch out with an ace in the pistol. I mean, he does you one better here, and that's just going to be so much worse for the economy of OpTic as well. And same position being used by OpTic. Knock should be expecting the re-aggression, but not early enough, and doesn't get enough damage to deal with MSL. Config, though, out for a bit of a walk, gets caught out, and MSL just keeps doing damage. Had a great nuke, 28 kills. Started off here doing a lot of damage with that scout. Scream's still alive, so there's danger abound. There we go, 2 quick frags. GamerLegion to put them up 1, but they might not be aware of refresh here.
Yeah, I don't think they are. He's just going to hide there. There's a kill on the P250. Can he get it done on the Scream, or will he have to clutch yet again? Spraying away. No, not landing the headshots just yet.
Still has plenty of time here. So he can just wait out this smoke, clear out pretty much the nearby area around Optimus on a wide angle. Still feel pretty safe about things. He doesn't need to rush the bomb plant by any means. You can tell he's taking his time. This is well done. Oh, he's already spotted out.
1 bullet again.
Yeah, just top of the head. That's all he needs.
It's quite fun to watch Scream when he's playing like this.
Oh, absolutely. It's good fun.
I can just imagine chat right now. They're loving it.
Well, and I definitely think they're talking about his one-taps.
Oh, yeah. Heard quite a few people do that.
This is what they need, though, on the side of GamerLegion. Absolutely so. You can imagine how screwed they would have been if Scream hadn't shown up early on. Definitely wouldn't been a 2-1 lead. Not going up against the Nico on the side of OpTic. Oh, well. Here we are. Here we find ourselves. And, I mean, already it's looking like a bit of a better T side. Keep in mind, they didn't get a whole lot of rounds versus Avant-Garde.
Well, Hampus and Knock. 2 early kills coming in. GamerLegion certainly looking to try and get off to an excellent start. And there goes another kill for Hampus. Nico does reply with the USP, but Tessis and Nico, the last 2 players standing in. Just got to feel the Mac 10 from Knock will be enough. And there it is. 3 in a row for GamerLegion. And to be fair, 2 of the 3 rounds have been clutches from Scream. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like this is a sustainable recipe for success for GamerLegion, but this is something that they didn't even have when they were going up against Avant-Garde. And we saw themselves; they were able to fend for themselves on the CT side, right? It was looking promising. They had such a hot start to the game. And yeah, I think in a world where you can replay it and obviously insert the kind of screen that we're seeing right now on that T side for GamerLegion, they do pick up an extra round or two.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4, for that matter.
And again, I think it comes down to the sustainability. Can Scream realistically keep that level up? Probably not across a lot of series. I mean, we see him sometimes fall flat and not have big performances. And again, where did GamerLegion go when they don't have that?
Yeah. I think, again, it's just something we touched very early on. And this time they're ready for that spot, as this is there for the return. But this is nicely done from GamerLegion. One thing we touched on that they don't have to fight up against here, at least, since they're not playing Avatar, is an upper to the level of James. And again, that's not a slight at MSL, but he doesn't have the same mechanical ability.
Conflict's just sitting here.
Yeah, he's trying to
He wants to wrap around the back, and he might just do that well. There's a kill on a Scream. He gets a second as well, but the FAMAS just not really being that loyal to him, and so Existence will take him away. Refresh and Config.
Oh.
Does he get it from the grave? That's
yeah,
incredible.
he does. Well, that's a frustrating way to lose, but it takes a lot out of OpTic, though, and you can sell the rebuys immediately in for GamerLegion here. So we could have been a similar scenario to what we saw in the first half of Nuke as well. So a lot of back and forth, but GamerLegion, I guess, losing the right rounds if there's ever a time to lose it, right? And the fashion that they lose it in could be exactly what you need.
Well, OpTic, it's not an amazing buy here. I mean, still have a FAMAS and a UMP in play. Over on GamerLegion, though, they've got a Mac 10 and a UMP in play, so it's quite similar across the board here. Hampus playing contact towards Connector. There's two players currently there. MSL towards the top, loses the fight against Nog. Hampus will lose the fight to Tessis, perhaps thinking Connector was clear due to MSL falling. And so it's back into a 4v4. Pressure being put on inside the toilets. HS, who had an excellent performance earlier in the opening match in Vertigo, he wants to try and continue that one. And he's certainly on the right path. There's a kill coming through. But Nico has rotated back up for the B-bomb site. Has the AK-47 on Optimus, looking for a pick, and there it is. HS hits the deck, and Nico, he's hungry for more. He wants another kill. Maybe even more than that if possible. And there's it is towards long, but 2v2. Low HP on both players here for GamerLegion. Scream just above half.
Bomb does go down, though, so they get to play the after plant. Nox going to swing through the smoke as it fades. And now, difficult one to deal with this. Not going to spread to Scream, and he's going to get the first kill as well. Tess is far up, actually, ahead of Refresh. Scream is just, he's feeling it right now. He's having one of those games, it feels like. 12-2, GamerLegion strike right back, and it's another eco on the side of OpTic. This is the ideal scenario for GamerLegion, because they were having so much struggles with their T sides, and now these rounds are coming rather easily for them. I mean, yes, it's going down to lower numbers on their side, but most of the time they've been up against eco rounds, and now they've been able to punish them on an equal buy, so got to feel good about it.
Well, this could be a meat grinder for Nog. Yorkshire on the corner, he will get two. It's actually HS actually stealing one away there.
Gets to assist, I guess.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you kind of want the Mac 10 to get the kills there for the extra cash.
You do, but again, if it stands between that or just potentially losing players, then I think you take what you get. Honestly, it's going to be a lot of money to reinvest if you end up losing HS.
Yeah, losing a Mac 10 is, you know, it's not as bad as losing an AK.
Absolutely. So, in the 5th round, early on the board for GamerLegion. OpTic seemingly having rather slow starts. I mean, they had that versus GamerLegion in their first matchup as well. That time they played Mirage. And they were down, what, 7-1 before they managed to turn things around. Mainly because it took them a while to get, well, exactly this, weapon in their hands. And Refresh, all right.
How does he get that third one? He's going in for a fourth as well, but flashbang makes it awkward. Nico and Config will clean up the rest. And it's 5-3. Good one there from OpTic.
Yeah, Refresh putting on his skates, so sliding back and forth there to become an impossible target to take down.
This is just ridiculous. I want to see a third kill.
Well, there you go. Swings back into it. Not bad at all, and that's very much what OpTic needed. They take limited losses, and they can finally start thinking about building something back in here. It's still going to cost Config a little bit here. He's down to 0 money, but much better showing from OpTic. And I guess the B pushes from GamerLegion's side versus Avantgarde as well were fairly lackluster. They oftentimes got bogged down at the very tail end of Monster Tunnel and didn't really do a whole lot after that.
Knock towards middle, AK-47 in hand. Straight away, does pick up config. So there's the man advantage source, but MSL from the connector. He's been playing there quite often, doubled up with Tessus more than often as well. So he's quite quick on that trip, and they can actually fall back in towards the A-bomb site with that kill.
All right, they're going to do so as well. This is playing it as safe as possible. Can't really argue with it. Hampus once again just being that lurker.
He just walked around the corner wide open.
Yeah, he doesn't really care, does he? Going to throw down a smoke to get a bit of a safe passage. Nade is going to be perfect, though. I'm assuming MSL is not going to let go of that smoke anytime soon. Go, perfect flash from OpTic, and well, they're going to get some success, but not perfect by any means. Hampus has gone down as well. Can Aegis retrieve the bomb and potentially get a bomb plant here? Might be the best case scenario. I'll actually add to that. MSL goes down. Tess is still pretty far removed from the situation. Actually, so far removed that Aegis thinks something's up. Bomb plant will go down.
Well, just a plant. Tessus was still looking to see if he was getting aggressive. But EHS has committed to the bomb plant and has fallen into water pit. And this actually might just be the kill because EHS has a gridiron goal. Taps away though, that gives away his position. I don't think Tessus will want to commit to that just yet, but walks over the top, looks for the fight, and EHS will win it. So 6-3, GamerLegion, they do salvage that one after it was looking scary from OpTic. And so because of the fashion in which OpTic win a round, lose a round, their money's back into the bin again.
Yeah, this is the dream scenario. You'll take this all day if you're GamerLegion. You're super happy about it. Finally, we see a B push from them as well, where they're able to trade. That's probably the biggest thing, right? Normally, they've just been completely mowed down. It's been a bit of a meat grinder affair, and instead, see Aegis, Existence, getting trades in, allowing them to get up on the side, and eventually that nets them the Aegis clutch. It's going to be a forced buy from OpTic, and a very limited one at that. No head armor. So that Mac 10 on knock can do a significant amount of damage once he gets aggressive. But look at, well, speaking of aggressiveness, the long push.
Well, Hampus does get two on the SG, not able to pick up one on the Mac 10, but it's back into the advantage for GamerLegion. That's what you have to do when you have limited utility. You know, throw a little bit of a spanner into the works, try and get aggressive. And it's successful for Tessus on the one kill. Config able to get one as well, but still, GamerLegion come out on top of the trids. So Nico and Refresh are kind of left just sitting here on the bomb sites, waiting for GamerLegion to come to them.
There's a lot of utility as well on the side of GamerLegion. Nox going to go down early, though. It's a great pick from Nico. Smokes off the top of the site as well. Goes for the spam through, and has also made his way up to Optimus, and Nexus is not quite ready for it. Bomb goes down, so someone secured, and Aegis is going to need to do it all again.
Deja vu for EHS. Can he make it happen, though? And the answer is no, as Refresh just predicting that smoke push. They were kind of forcing him that way as well, because they were just spamming to the left, and so EHS kind of forced to go towards the edge of the smoke.
Yeah, GamerLegion, I feel like they were a little bit too intent on basically catching OpTic by surprise by doing this on contact. They had so much utility on 2 out of the 3 players. They could have set up for decent smokes, had Molotovs to come out to clear out angles. And they wouldn't have had to deal with the initial fight from Nico at all and go down into a 2v2. Because at that point, then you realize that, like, oh, damn, we really need our utility to go down. We need to smoke up that hole. We need to Molotov off Optimus and so on. But at that stage, it's a little bit too late. Now, the answer back from GamerLegion is not going to be the greatest. But what could be the greatest is for you guys at home to head over to csgo.net and use code Chicago to get 30% more of your balance on your deposit, and also a chance to win some cool skins. There we have it, and we'll see if are you going to give a 30% chance or more from GamerLegion to win this? There's only 3 rifles.
Well, I guess you've got to give them this 30%. We'll give them at least 30% here to try and win this. See if they can make it happen. Utility is going to go in towards toilets. OpTic just staying a little bit more passive inside the site. MSL, he's got his eyes trained towards A long. Still, the minute on the clock. GamerLegion taking their time, but they're playing Again, contact towards the A-bomb site. There's not a whole lot of info here from OpTic of how close they actually are. Trying to jump spot, gather that info, but Hampus will give away how close they are, and MSL peeks immediately upon that, and a second comes in from MSL as well. It's into a 3v5, and Testis is just holding the bomb site. Easy stuff for OpTic, not a single player falling, and what a play from MSL. Instead of just sitting back, he actively looked for that opening kill, and he sources it well.
That's what you needed. OpTic answering back here. MSL. I'm actually surprised that Existence is not more aware of that being the, I guess, the getaway path for MSL there. It's kind of tucked away into the corner. But yeah, slam down comes in as we see the updated odds from GG.bet. OpTic still not quite favored. Actually, now it's just dead even.
Yeah, it's dead even. No one can call. Well, this one's going to go. Well, the score is so similar, and it should be evened with OpTic having a bye up against full Glocks here of GamerLegion as they start to take a little bit of control of Toilet's existence, jumping over the top of the flower bed to try and source again some information. But OpTic, they made that last round look like it was an anti-eco. Can they make it happen again against the Glocks? Molotov is in towards the middle. MSL. Oh, wow. Good push from Existence, but at least Testis is there to trade. He'll look for more as well. Probably should have guarded MSL slightly better in the beginning, but it's a game again as Testis switches on. And this might just be the anti-eco ace, but Config says no.
You wanted it. Maybe that's why. Just let MSL die. I'll take care of the rest of the eco frags.
Yeah, I want some time to shine.
Well, it's going to be an even score for the first time in quite some while. For the first time in quite a while here, as OpTic nets their 6th. We're going to have a bye on the side of GamerLegion as well. No ops on their side. Knock just having to go with that AK. Showing himself to be pretty proficient with that as well, though. So still within a fighting chance here for the European side. MSL posted, I guess, semi-aggressively for the Fountain Peak, but gets smoked out.
Well, MSL, there's the opening kill, and there goes Testis with the follow-up. So, again, OpTic, I feel like they're starting to get that foothold. We've seen it on Nuke come through, you know, when it was early contested. They usually get off to a slow start, but they're able to sort of peak late in the game. I think that's a common factor and a common theme throughout a lot of their games.
Definitely so.
I mean, at least you peak late instead of peaking early and then just falling off.
Oh, no, absolutely. Here we go. 2v5. Scream's seen this situation before, so I guess there's always a chance. Now we're back 1v5.
It's clutch. You know, he's done it twice in the tournament. But
why not? Third time's his charm?
Yeah.
All that? All good things are 3, I guess, because he's already done it twice.
Might as well just do it again. I mean, it's nothing special.
Yeah. I guess the one downside here is that he's got 30 seconds to him and is still pretty far removed from a bomb site, so he might just decide to hold on to this.
Yeah.
It is more of the sensible move, I suppose.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely the more realistic one.
Yeah. In any case, though, I think for GamerLegion, if you're looking at how everything is panned out, sitting at 6 rounds at this stage of the game, pretty decent. I mean, your strong suit was always the CT side. You're going to have to try to put in more work there. But, yeah, this you're giving yourself at least a decent chance to win this. And again, pistol rounds have been working pretty nicely for them so far throughout this Invitational. So.
Yeah, the real problem has been the conversion round, right? That's the one where they always seem to have a little bit of a hiccup. So if they manage to fix that problem, certainly with a pistol win, they could be still in a driver's seat to try and take this. Although OpTic, I have to say, the 4 rounds that they've just won in a row have been super convincing. Tessis is actually the man at the top of the scoreboard, again, a little bit farmed on those eco frags.
You take what you can get, though. Somebody needs to find them.
Yeah, you can only shoot who's in front of you. He's got 10k in the bank, so definitely flexing the cash.
Yeah. And it's good to see for OpTic as well, because they started off the game in such a rough fashion, just going back and forth, and not really having the greatest of buys. Now it's going to change up. Scream, though. He's got Nico just chasing above, or jumping above the boost boxes, and then quickly dispatched from the area. Well, he's back in it again.
Yeah, I think that comes down to what you were kind of talking about earlier. You know, MSL perhaps not being able to hit the easier shots and not really having that sort of mechanical skill, and certainly giving GamerLegion a chance here. He should have got that kill.
Oh, GamerLegion might swing back. They know that they've already taken out Nico over towards that B-bomb site, thanks to the precise aim of Scream. Right now, it's only refresh. Could have pretty quick backup here from either MSL or Config, depending on the position. It seems like Config's already made his way down towards lower, so they have an idea, they have a read on what's going on, and they're going to be right about it too. Shadow spotted. Hampa's dead. Ooh. Oh, MSL is actually going to chime in. So all players on OpTic side is here, and that makes for a pretty clean quick up. Well, pretty quick cleanup. Jesus Christ.
It is lit in the day.
It is getting into the hours here.
Yeah, I've noticed my brain just start to shut off as well. So.
Yeah, we are 1:45.
Yeah, in Europe it's like 12 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. And at home in the UK it's like 1:45.
It's early night, so yeah, why are you even tired?
Exactly.
I'm an old man. I have excuses. Well, OpTic are definitely getting their groove into this one, and even off the 2 early frags from Scream, they fight back. MSL getting into things with the op as well. Missed a couple of sitters initially, but able to return. Oh, well, yeah, even finding teammates here, so.
MSL is just warming up his aim slot.
Anything's a target at this stage.
Target practice, MSL.
Smoke's been down, so it's going to be safe passage for right now. I think that's Hampus. Again, usually the lone wolf for GamerLegion over towards Restroom here by the half walls.
Well, last round of the half. Can GamerLegion get 7? That would be absolutely amazing considering their terrible showing earlier on the T side. It's to be blunt. But it's under a minute left to do so. And MSL, he's on the op still. He's starting to find a lot of information, but it is going to be this B push. Smoke goes down towards barrels.
Refresh? You kind of throw it. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let it go. And MSL has picked up that kill. So the push is wanted. A kill, and Nico gets one as well. MSL coming in again. And yes, he may have missed a couple, but he's certainly finding the frags when they're called upon. And Texas ends it. It will be 9-6 at the half for OpTic Gaming. But like you said, 6L ready for GamerLegion. They should be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, they definitely should. Again, getting the most out of, well, breaking OpTic early on for once, not being the one on the losing side of that, and then swinging back into it. Let's allow them to get 6 rounds early on. GG bet with the updated odds here. OpTic finally in the favorite side of things.
Yeah, it took
back
them a while.
Back to it. Yeah, 1.28 for them, 3.42 for GamerLegion. As we get underway with the second half, GamerLegion have been such a strong force on the pistol rounds, and they're going to need to be that once more to continue even keel potentially with OpTic Gaming here.
Well, Scream is trying to force the fight in middle. They're still going for it, but neither of the players actually coming out on top. Nico, he's going to fall away. Config, though, he's hungry for this. He's going to start chasing him down. He wants to kill on the Scream, and Scream, he's going to be under a lot of pressure, but he can handle that well, as Nico will fall. Scream looking for another. They keep coming towards him. He's got another opportunity, but Config will drop him after just one kill. Knock quickly making his way through the connector, but OpTic are overwhelming this A bomb site, and it's not looking great here for GamerLegion in the pistol, and it's so unfortunate. HS will take a headshot onto Config, so still 2v3, no kit though, and it might just come back to bite them.
Now then, there's a diffuse kit on Hampus. They're just going to clear the first flower bed. Find Tessus as well. They haven't even looked that long. Now they will, and well, that's quickly dealt with. And okay, that's how you turn a 2v3 into a 2v0 or 2v bomb defuse.
So Hampus picks up the kit off his fallen teammate, and then HS just walks away with 3 kills. Not bad, I have to say. Certainly could have been better from OpTic towards the end there.
Definitely could have been. I feel like Tessus should have been able to at least land a kill there. Just going wide really to shake the first flower bed. It's prime opportunity to get a kill in, but not to be. So GamerLegion pick it up again.
Well, Hampus has gone very aggressive immediately here. It's actually a very solid force buy from OpTic coming into this, but they forced Config and MSL.
Well, yeah, so that solid force buy coming in from OpTic already looking a lot weaker.
Yeah, it was solid, but it was obviously a facade. Well, Nico still has an AK, so hopefully, and Tessus now has one as well. So let's see what Nico and Tessus can do. It's not great losing config though. That's definitely a play you'd want to have a run, but Nico certainly had a good performance for OpTic on their opening matchup, but since then, today, hasn't really looked at the same level, so maybe this would be a great time for him to step up, but it's actually Tessus who will get the kill on the Hampus. And so 3v4, you know, weak weapons are available here on GamerLegion, 3 players with weaker weaponry, so good chance here for OpTic. Scream, he's low HP, only 3 HP in Bank. If he gets spotted and the shot gets landed, he's definitely out of there. But it doesn't matter if he can still get close. Nico will pick up HS. Existence will drop Nico. It's still a 2v3. The advantage is there with the CT side, and Scream is just patient. He's waiting for it and catches refresh, looking the wrong way. Kill comes in, and Scream on 3 HP manages a double. It's actually a triple overall in the round.
Yeah, started off with opening frag onto config and playground. And again, very patient. He's been that way throughout the entirety of the match. Actually, we've seen it in all of his clutch situations as well. Really, really good. Not too crazy about going diving after the one player he knows is stuck by Optimus and everything.
Yeah.
Just waiting if it's a free opportunity that's going to be given to him or not. And when it doesn't happen, just pounces off of the pressure that Existence obviously has set onto OpTic. There you go. That's the opening. Here we go. Refresh has to look the other way because he knows Existence is on the outside of restroom. Very well done. And force by averted, I guess. Half investment on the side of OpTic. Config already down. This is one thing I guess everyone on in the Counter-Strike world has kind of been hoping to see. Config not necessarily going first. He's going to go down at the very start of things here.
Yeah, he's done that quite often, actually. He's just been the first dead so far on the T side. Even though they've had a small sample pool, he's died twice in a row at the start. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come for him. Certainly it can be frustrating if you just get eliminated without being able to do anything.
Very much so.
Well, Hampus might just catch off a player here towards toilets. If he gets the timing right, he might just spot him, but I think he might be beyond his vision already, and in fact he is. So Nico, he will stay alive. He's got the Deagle in the toilets, just under a minute to play with. Existence, he will be back in mid. And Nico can go forward. There's the kill. Existence will fall, and it is starting to fall apart. Scream with a headshot. Tessus and Nico, but
okay then.
Yeah, great shot there from Tessus. It's still 2v3. The difficult part is yet to come, especially with Hampus in behind. There's the kill onto Nico, and the follow-up. It's available to him, and there it is. Hampus picks it up. 3 in a row for GamerLegion, back to 9 apiece. Even yet again.
GamerLegion, they avoid the, I guess, nightmare situation that as they did on Nuke. We saw a promising first half there, as we did on Overpass, but this time they've been able to convert on winning the pistol, which is really the big thing. Now they've gotten a bit of a cushion to work with, etc. It's not going to be the end of the world if OpTic start picking up rounds. You don't have to do crazy force buys to feel like you're staying in it. OpTic are never going to have too big of a lead.
Well, MSL, Water has been an aim of the game. He's got control of it as well. He's got pretty much all the rest of his bodyguard, his posture there as well to help him. It's going to be a great round for OpTic to win, and the in-stack is in towards barrels. Fortunately, Scream is not playing in barrels, because if he was, certainly he would have lost a hell of a lot of HP. And actually, even though he's not in barrels, he was relatively close, so ends up getting dropped to 67. But the rest of OpTic really, really leaning towards this B-bomb site.
Well, Existence is doing something that we saw he do versus Avantgarde, but a little bit more reserved, I suppose. Pushing aggressively over towards long end. HS gonna find one. Scream follows it up as well.
Tessus has been impressive. He's got 2 kills back.
Yeah, he's been very good here. I mean, we talked about some of it, again, being padded by eco-frags, but at this stage, he's just rocking it up. Rifle versus rifle, and Existence with the full rotation in here. He's going to be realizing that he's just a little bit too late. He's made all that trek for nothing, as Nico is going to greet Knock at the stairs coming up towards CT spawn.
So, Existence. He's got on a bit of a walk, and that's all he's got on. He's got his steps up on his Fitbit, but that's about it. a single kill. He walked all the way through long, T-spawn, and back out through connector. So Hampus is on his own into a 1v3, and it's all about saving the AK-47. And the Kevlar, the kitten, double flash. So certainly quite a bit that would need to be reinvested if he is to fall. So definitely gives them a chance moving into this next one. Again, it's going to be that sort of hero AK. And make it an AWP, actually.
Well,
he's got
is he going to survive, though, MSL? There we go.
As,
Nicely tucked away in a corner waiting for him, because there's no way for him to be expecting that.
Yeah, MSL's just so patient. He just knows it's going to happen. He's just sitting in the corner. And he's like, I've been expecting you.
Yeah. Evil little blonde villain.
He could actually be a pretty good supervillain, right?
MSL?
Yeah.
He can definitely play like the heel. I guess it's the term they use, right?
Yeah.
So be the bad guy in certain situations. Mainly because he's not necessarily afraid to just say what's on his mind on social media, which is obviously going to rub some people the wrong way. I think it's great. I mean, OpTic is also a kind of guy like that. He hasn't been, I guess, as loud as of late, but
I certainly love it. We need more of it.
Absolutely.
Too many nice guys in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, what a terrible problem to have.
Nico, he will drop existence. And Nok is just hoping he can get a Zeus kill, but MSL, he went very aggressive towards short at the beginning of the run, just chilled there for a little bit, and because of that, he does reap the reward. It will be the kill from Nico as well, leaving Nok and HS into a 2v5. HS actually has the Kevlar and the M4A4, but Tess's pretty sure he should get this kill. Zeus a little bit too far to have success, but nope, well played. Tess's has bid into the rifle of HS, and because of that, it's a rebuy, but Nico on the flank. He can end it all, and he'll get one kill before falling as Nok will take him away with the AK, and he'll run away with this, desperately trying to cling it into the next one. So 11-9. OpTic, you know, we kind of talked about the string of rounds they can get. We've seen it on Nuke where they just sort of built up momentum and they just walked away with it.
Yeah. Quite literally took a walk outside with it. There's nobody on GamerLegion being able to quite figure out how to deal with the standard setup from OpTic on that one. The thing is, though, right now, GamerLegion have at least closed the gap before OpTic can start getting into their groove. So they'll have more chances to fight back into it. They'll have more chances of getting proper buys. So might be able to see a bit of a better fight back into it.
Yeah, Nok saving that AK is really helpful as well. So he can get more utility on board for the CT side. If not, maybe very limited on him. But not a bad buy coming in here from GamerLegion. Nok has the only kit available. Everyone else with the rifle. And a little bit of utility here and there. But the problem is, again, it's not a whole lot of utility. They lack Molotovs, and that's generally
pretty
a big
big
factor.
Normally there would be a Molotov to deal with right here. Instead, MSL is going to get free passage into water. So water control lies with OpTic for now. CTs have to worry for a fair few of these boosts. No, well, not necessarily boosts. Well, that too, but also the wall banks. As you can see, Config putting a couple of bullets in through the wooden plate. They've gone for a very passive setup. Oh, they're going to go for the triple boost here. This could definitely catch OpTic off guard.
They failed this yesterday.
Oh, now he's stuck, and MSL is going to punish him. That awkward slide into the corner, just opening himself up for MSL's angle. That's rough. Does damage at least to Config before he goes down, and Existence has been able to find at least a frag with his aggression.
I can't remember exactly if it was GamerLegion we've seen fail that boost, but we've certainly seen the triple boost fail a couple of times now in this Invitational. That's the problem, you know. Triple boost can be a little bit volatile sometimes. You can always just sort of, the top player can always kind of slide off or just not make it. And you have to come back to bite them. But the kills from OpTic coming in, refresh, and MSL getting the headshots. It's HS and Hampus yet again. The double hits duo to see if they can make it happen. Oh, that's not a nice thing to receive, MSL. Let's get spammed through, but he's going to go right through the smoke. Oh my god. MSL is just playing out of his mind right on an individual level. Like, he doesn't even care. He'll just push smokes, he'll run up short. He's just being the front man.
Just doing what is needed, really. And it worked on Nuke, 28 frags, and he's hitting, well, he's actually hit that 20 mark right now already for OpTic. Him and Tess is leading the charge. Hampus, what are you looking to do? Okay, gonna get in the corner. Should be able to survive there without too much issue. There we go. So at least one surviving on the side of GamerLegion. He's not gonna get hunted down by Refresh either. But now we're getting into that scary territory where you can't really buy up and force out of this on GamerLegion's side. So you're looking at potentially giving OpTic 13 rounds. And while doing so, also giving them the opportunity to solidify their economy. So every time you win back, you more or less have to get successive rounds. Otherwise, we're looking at a pretty screwed CT side. That's always the upside OpTic are going to have with them. I mean, we saw GamerLegion making the most out of that on their T side.
I think OpTic will be relatively surprised at the level of competition that's been thrown at them from GamerLegion. I'm sure they would be very confident coming into this, but GamerLegion have definitely shown that they can compete. And here are the odds. Certainly not looking as competitive when you look at the odds. 5.1 for GamerLegion, 1.14 for OpTic.
Yeah, I mean, at one point we were dead even. I think it was at 5 to 6 in favor of GamerLegion. And obviously things have shifted a little bit since then. Seems like OpTic have momentum now. 21 frags on MSL.
Well, he's going to do the same thing, or he was going to, it looked like, but Nico pick up the early pick towards Hampus in middle.
Yeah, showcasing. It's not only Hampus that can use the Cree.
Oh, but Existence actually just picked up the AK-47. So let's see what he can get done with this weapon. He wants to go towards playground. He knows there's a player around this area, or he should have known, but Nico will take it.
Expecting Nico to have backed out, but it's definitely the wrong move.
I think you've always just got to consider that he still could be there. Just make sure you've checked that off and then go check towards connector.
Yeah, because the way he was turning back in towards balloons, he's not really covering any sort of angles. So he might as well just have his crosshair pointed towards playground. Does put OpTic at a 2-man advantage, and they're getting real far up on this B-bomb, so there's no real defense here from the side of GamerLegion either.
Well, Molotov coming in from Config, and once the ball is planted, they all just go to the post plant straight away.
Yep. Pretty textbook stuff out of OpTic, again, making sure they don't get caught out by any sort of aggression on one side of the map, slowly working their way forward with the utility they have onto a bomb site, and there we go.
Well, they just left the B-bomb site. They're sending 3 players over towards mid. Just going to try and get rid of everything the GamerLegion have.
Yeah, well, that's not a whole lot, so...
Yeah, it's not at all.
Not necessarily needed. Maybe they thought there would be some sort of an investment behind the saved weapon, and that's why they want to do it. Or they just feel really confident in refreshing Conflict's ability to hold up the site alone, and they will do so pretty successfully. 13 rounds for GamerLegion, but at least they did have a minimal investment. They went, well, long-term with this. They thought ahead, so they're going to get a proper buy-in here. A lot more utility than what we've seen for the better part of it as well. So we might be looking at something positive here for European team, but they need to start that comeback right now. It's been 4 rounds in a row. OpTic just looking more and more like the more favorite team here in Overpass.
Certainly so, and I think when you're having quite a few rounds in a row and you're having a lot of success, that's when the in-game leader, MSL can just feel very confident in his calls. He can make sure he just knows what's happening. It's very fluid and everybody's listening, and Nok has got rid of MSL early though, so he's got to take a backseat in this one.
Have to play it out. Refresh actually taking a lot of damage as well. He's down to 16. That's pretty much as good of his opening as you could have hoped for if you're GamerLegion. Seeing rotations coming in as well. Completely gave up that water area, doubling up outside of Monster, and with a 3-man setup over towards Zay, with Existence being the far forward pushed one here in restrooms.
Config just trying to get some info. Returns spray over towards the A-bomb site, but Nok is going to be done inside the middle, and that's going to be the kill onto Tessus. That's the bomb on the floor, and Nok follows up. He's done it all so far for GamerLegion. 3K coming in. Finally, he's put to bed in Config with a long spray. Very awkward, but eventually Hampus will win out the fight. And Refresh. He took early damage at the start of the round, but he's still kicking. Can he kick for much longer, though? He's got 35 seconds to try and make the 1v4 happen. And honestly, at this point, I think just the name of the game is trying to get a couple of kills here, because the economy from GamerLegion isn't that strong.
Oh, no, it's actually straight up rubbish. I mean, if the most you have in bank is $400 on the set of Hampus, that's not going to take you a long way. Bomb's still dropped, so...
Yeah, they've done a good job at sort of just surrounding the bomb here.
And now Reefer's going to have to make some noise with little time left. He actually throws over the op in a last breath. So he's going to deny Knock being able to pick up that. So all things considered, pretty efficient move from Refresh there.
Yeah, that was really well played, actually. And the fact that he gets it done in the last second, they just see him do it.
Yeah.
It's just even more BM.
There you see, nearly the double kill from Knock, but he just ended up getting 2 more.
Yeah, that could have realistically been a quad kill there from Knock.
Yeah. I mean, you almost want to give him credit for it because Refresh kind of quickly realized that he didn't have too much of a chance in it. And he's not going to have an op into this one. So there you see the result of Refresh actually throwing that over into the bushes. Nico again. Familiar territory, but not going to win out the fight this time. Even got the drop on Scream immediately, or initially.
Scream being protected by the fountain.
Yeah, 3 HP though, so he's a little bit worse for wear. Needs to look out for any sort of flying utility, and Flash comes through. Doesn't actually flash HS properly. He's too close to the monster tunnel, and he's going to net himself 2 kills. This is a wonderful start for GamerLegion.
Yeah, that was some of the easiest kills you'll ever get that HS just found, but the bomb's going to be on the floor, and MSL can recover it, but getting to the bomb site is the more difficult part, so Testis will try and help him. MSL taps the ball, tries to bait them towards him, and an easy cleanup for GamerLegion, only losing Knock.
11. All right, inching closer here, and as you said, there's a fair few on the side of OpTic who have garnered a fair bit of cash over that 4-round win streak, so they're going to have one more buy in them here. This could be a big swing round. Still, economy on the side of GamerLegion, not necessarily too strong. Could force buy if they were to lose this one, but not everyone's going to be in a perfect spot. If they were to win this, we might be looking at 13-13. So definitely making a game out of it here, the GamerLegion side. Much better performance, I think, just in general than what we saw versus Avantgarde.
Certainly. I think it's not a very difficult feat to improve upon.
That is true. That is very fair.
But
improved
it's good that they improved, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what we were expecting. We were kind of expecting, you know, this team generally do improve upon the mistakes. They never really have two bad games in a row, which is good to see.
Absolutely.
I mean, you always go in the right direction. So hopefully they can continue to improve. And so OpTic, they're going to be trying to make their way back over towards B. Still a minute to play with on the clock, and still a load of utility here on OpTic. They've got Molotovs, smokes, flashbangs. You know, they'll have a set piece in mind. They've got to do it quick, though. As HS has just come right through, dropped config, and he's got a lot more info as well because he spotted more players there. So man advantage is available to GamerLegion at 45 seconds. OpTic's been spotted. Things just became a hell of a lot more difficult.
Well, they're going to actually do a double take here. They're heading back over towards Fountain with the bomb. Now Nog, if he can get the first kill here, obviously that's going to be a massive tell. Not spotting anything just yet, and he might just get the wrong timing. Oh, or the right one, for that matter. Finds MSL. Quick return from Tessis, but well, you take that 1-for-1 trade. Maintain the man advantage. Scream's going to follow up on that. Refresh is down.
Oh, well, Scream's got another one. He's got so many kills while being on incredibly low HP.
Yeah.
It's pretty mental. He just has, you know, a lot of it. Being low HP affects a lot of players' mentality. They think, okay, I have to play a little bit more passively, but Scream just plays the same way.
Yeah, but he's been playing patiently.
Yeah.
Again, not passively, just patiently. And that's what you need. That's why we've seen him come out with so many clutches as he has so far in this game, and that's really what started GamerLegion's T side. Made most of it, really, if we're being honest.
He's topping the scoreboard as well. 23 kills, 14 deaths. Certainly a better performance than we've seen earlier.
Almost definitely. Nog is going to spot out an MSL and, well, just hits a little bit of shrubbery in the way, so not going to get the kill, but significant damage done onto the game leader of OpTic. And like we said, money will run out eventually for the Danes. This is the perfect situation for GamerLegion to get even.
Yeah. Counter-Strike, the only place where we have bulletproof flowers. So MSL on 19 HP. What's the mastermind call here for OpTic? Do they have a chance? It's Refresh with the headshot. Yeah, he just bit his team a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, I guess that happens every now and again. We saw the same kind of thing happen to MSL on the A-bomb site. Tessus followed that up with a 4K though, so we'll see if Hampus has more in him. He's gonna get the drop initially on Knock, but luckily Scream is there to cover him.
There's that patience you were talking about. He's just kind of waiting for the repeak. Unfortunately, he gets killed from middle, but certainly could have worked out. But it's 13-13. That's 4 in a row from GamerLegion. Only 3 away from eliminating OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, and now their money is in a spot where they actually can afford to rebuy fully if they were to lose. So, I mean, they're within all chances here of making a full game out of this. They're going to be able to buy out for the remainder to put up a pretty decent fight. You can see 9K on HS, 5.2 on Existence, 4.3 and 4.1 on Scream. Hampus, the only one is falling a little bit behind in that sense, but again, shouldn't be too much of an issue for them to rebuy.
And this would, whoever wins this goes into the top 4 of this tournament.
Immediately. I'd imagine they would play Force, I guess, who were the ones to directly qualify from Group B. Config, giving a chance for Existence to do some damage. Knock on his end is taking the exact same amount of damage.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Perfectly, equal damage
sync.
done.
Yeah, there needs to be balance in all things.
13-13, 30 damage done on Config, both at the top of the players. Just symmetry is beautiful right now.
Very much is, and right now this might be the perfect read from GamerLegion as well. Existence holding that A bomb set alone with an AWP. So 4 players over towards the B bomb set for now. Actually, we're seeing Scream rotate over. He might just hang out towards balcony eventually. Nico has been, in many ways, as Hampus has, the lone wolf for his team. He might be in for a rude awakening here.
Ooh, well, Ichance has got the kill, Knock as well, and it seems as though GamerLegion are the team with the momentum right now. There's another kill coming through from Hampus. Tessus will get 1 headshot, but he's got to find a lot more, and 4 in fact, with 29 seconds to do it. Multiple players coming in around him, and it's Scream to seal the deal. 5 in a row for GamerLegion, and they're in the lead, 14-13.
14-13, and all the momentum in the world, really.
And not a whole lot of money for OpTic.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. I mean, you might feel tempted to go for it here if you're OpTic, but you're going to be lacking weaponry, you're going to be lacking utility. And so far, for the last 5 rounds, you haven't been able to do all too much unless you've had a full buy, right? So do you allow GamerLegion to potentially get up to map point, series point, and all that good stuff? Or do you chance it with what you currently have? It's a tough situation to make that kind of a call. I mean, it's all going to fall on MSL and what he has to say about it. I think I'm going to lean more towards the conservative side. You do a half buy, you buy into the next one. You allow GamerLegion to get to that 15th match point, and then you basically put all your chances on you being, I guess, the better team in default or in an even situation where you're going up 5v5 guns versus guns. It seems to be the call as well.
I think the interesting part about the Chicago Invitational in comparison to that of the Cologne Invitational is that we kind of knew no one else had a chance in the Cologne Invitational.
Yes.
But this one's a little bit more open. Like, we could maybe see GamerLegion make the Chicago event.
It's very possible. I mean, we nearly got surprised for the Cologne one as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Never going to forget Force. I feel like they very much could have taken that Inferno game, 3rd map to an overtime and potentially won out with how they were playing. But yeah, no, everyone was expecting Liquid, everyone was expecting G2 to get far, and that's really what we saw. For this one, it's definitely more of an open field.
Well, OpTic received quite a bit of damage at the beginning of this from Nids. Yeah, I've got enough of a bite to get a buy into the next one, but again, this one has a little bit of potency available. But they're going to have to try and force some fights. They don't have a whole lot for an execute, just 4 flashbangs. So it really just comes down to finding engagements and hoping you can win them. And that's a great engagement coming around the corner. Great flashbang. Existence completely blinded. And so Knock has to step up from the truck. Can he do so? No. Mac 10 over the top. This is looking scary as Tessus pulls out the AWP. It's another kill from Tessus. He's going for the ace. And he's definitely earned his spot in OpTic.
Now it's on Aegis to see what he can do. Well, just finds the kill onto Config, but yeah, the newcomer Tessus. 4 kills, and oof, that's a round you hate to see GamerLegion lose, because that was supposed to be the one that was easy to send you in to a map point. And I'm curious about the setup as well. Existence so isolated, doesn't have an playing from default boxes to cover for him. It's a bit of a question mark just from start to finish as we see the odds. They're back to being about as even as you can get, and it makes sense. We're at 14-14. Now the question remains, are GamerLegion going to be shell-shocked by what just happened? Are they going to let that kind of just stick in their mind for a little bit too long?
I mean, Tess is just... I don't know where that came from, but...
No,
just had a power surge, and he just went straight through them.
I know it's also going to put him up, I think, above 30. I think it's going to put him to 31.
Yeah, and, you know, probably heard us call him out on it, getting those 4 eco frags. He's done amazing work since then.
Decided he can get all kinds of frags, regardless of what weaponry there is on the other side, even when he's on an eco.
Exactly. Well,
or a bit of a half bite. MSL, though, does have an op in his hands, but Existence is going to be the one to net the first kill and follow up with the bomb as well on Knock. Molotov not necessarily going where he wants to, but still staying alive. Config been extremely quiet so far on Overpass. 11 kills to his name. This would be the perfect time to step up. Instead, it's going to be the newcomer, Tessus, once again to create some sort of an opening.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy seeing Tessus do well because, you know, a lot of people sort of put question marks against him. Why this guy? You know, there's so many other options in the Danish scene, but I think he's definitely shown he's got quite a lot of skill available to him. And Hampus is going to line up 2 though. It's going to be a map point for GamerLegion. Even with the incredible individual play of Tessus in the last one, it's not enough for OpTic just yet. They have another buy going into this. Nico could drop over, you know, Tessus available with some cash as well.
Yeah, that's going to be the case. And I mean, it's such a better scenario for OpTic still just off of winning that half buy previously. It's really what puts them there. I mean, there's so many kills with the Mac 10 and everything, so a lot of money. General things to feel good about for OpTic, and well, for the last 8 rounds, there hasn't been too much of that. It's been a lot of GamerLegion, and pause comes in. Understandably, teams want to talk things over, make sure that they have everything planned out, give themselves the best chance of winning this map. I mean, the best OpTic can do at this stage is take it to overtime, but that has to feel like a bit of a win at this stage.
So it's either overtime or a win for GamerLegion, and they will reach the top 4 of the GGBet Chicago Invitational, eliminating OpTic. That would definitely be an upset. On paper, at least.
I think in any sort of way you decide to look at it or write it.
Well, it's going to be a chance looking for the early pick towards middle. Cannot quite connect to kill, unfortunately, and a grenade will come over the top. Config dropped to 72.
Existence again in Underpass. Not going to have any sort of a position to run into early on. A lot of real estate being given to OpTic actually here over towards long. Aegis hauling ass over towards the bomb site. It's going to be there in time as well. Oh, misses the first one though.
That's another missed shot from HS. I'll have to fall back towards Banken. Oh no, refresh has dropped Existence. Could this be overtime as Nico's coming in with a kill? Yes, it's looking likely, unless Scream and Knock can make it happen for the GamerLegion. Site is under control of OpTic. Flashes are going around the corner. Nico has picked up Knock. It's all on Scream. And MSL finishes off the job. It's a clean round there from OpTic. And it will be overtime. We've got the bonus rounds coming right up.
Damn, OpTic with the tempo change there so aggressively out on long and getting so much space before anyone on the side of GamerLegion really reacts to it. And with Aegis missing that first shot, this opens up everything for the Danes, and they bring it back to OT. And now all bets are off. It's back to 10K. No more staggered buys, no more lacking utility, at least not for the first round. We'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, we kind of touched on it earlier in one of the overtimes that, you know, when you have 10K overtime, sometimes in the later stages, the CT side can start to struggle. So you have to be a little bit more reserved. And you can see that's why they haven't bought head armor on Knock and HS, and there's only 2 kits in play. But Knock has got the early pick towards Tessus.
He's taking out the hard carry for OpTic on this map so far. So the youngster gone. What do OpTic do from this point on? Existence still posted up inside of bathrooms, and Knock has fallen back into the site. So there's a timing for Existence here to potentially wrap around, or just find a frag onto Nico, unsuspecting. Molotov's going to go down to Bank. Knock's falling back onto the site. He's going to find another one. Config roaming right into his sights. Bomb's gone down. Refresh already heavily tagged up, and I think himself been hurt. Yep, he has. And if you want to talk about ideal starts, this is the one. So whatever sort of economic issues you might run into the CT side, that's going to be completely thrown by the wayside. Doesn't really matter right now. Winning the first round of a half usually sets you up for success, and doing that flawlessly is obviously even better. Now you can even toy around with the idea of going for a double op setup. But I feel like GamerLegion have done well for themselves just with having Nock run that op by himself. I mean, we saw, I think, 2 instances where they just picked up the op before that, but seem to be doing pretty well for themselves just by playing that single op setup.
Yeah. Well, if you're a newer viewer to Counter-Strike professional games, in overtime, we are looking for a team to win by 4 rounds. So currently the magic number for these teams is 19. If we go 18-18 though, we go to overtime number 2 and we do it all over again.
All the bonus rounds. Now, OpTic a little bit more heavy on their presence towards Underpass. Saw Nock finding an opening frag here. Nowadays, there's nobody from GamerLegion around. Existence is playing around restroom area with the half wall. See that he's currently falling back. So we'll see what kind of a setup eventually it ends up being, how long Nock is going to hold that long area. Existence going to drop back to site. So you'd imagine that Nock kind of follows suits eventually. There he goes, starts rotating back, and now flashes and smokes come out on the side of OpTic.
Well, Nock has picked up a refresh. Man advantage is available again to GamerLegion, and they've looked rather solid so far in overtime. Can they get it done again? Nock will pick it up. It's not going to be the clean sheet again. As Nico wants to stop to that. And, Tessis also wants a piece of the pie. Although, a lot of utility being tossed on the site right now. It's kind of hurting my ears.
And all the Molotovs being extinguished. Nowhere 2 out of the 3 players are, and Age is going to get the drop on Nico. Tessis, the newcomer, needs to come up big once again. Starting before. This is looking pretty rough, though. 3 GamerLegion members and a smoke to find.
Oh, wow. Molotov's the bomb, gets the kill through the smoke. So it really is on here for Tessis. He's bought himself so much time with that Molotov. But still, the chance still lies for GamerLegion.
Yeah, they need to tap the bomb at the very least. There we go. And it might be too far away.
Oh my god, that's incredible. Tessis with the lineup. How does he do that? 4 kills and Tessis with a transfer. The headshot coming in. He's on another level in this game.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If he's on a rookie contract, he needs to be upgraded right about now.
No one's going to be on a contract, sadly, in OpTic, but they need to keep him
in
his next team.
That happen? Oh, that's literally at the very last millisecond as well. It does not get closer than that.
36 kills. He's having a nuclear game right now. This is incredible. If OpTic don't win this, I'm going to feel so bad for Tessis.
You'd have every right to do so as well. Man, oh man. Nock again, going to find an opening frag. Feels like they just need to take down Tessis really to have a fighting chance here. Initial defense happens, not able to find the second kill, and MSL is doing a lot of work here. Game leader wanting to join in on the fun as well, not just Tessis getting all the kills, and Existence left alone. He has an off to his name and is pretty far removed from the action. It's going to be a tough one to retake 1-on-4.
Yeah, he's not Tessis.
He's not, and well, he's not.
Kenny S.
Yes.
Maybe not. Maybe similar to MSL. That's the
that was the shot he should have hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was that's sort of similar. MSL misses those kind of shots. Perhaps it's something the incubators. They've just got so much going on in their heads, right?
Yeah, exactly. They can't always focus on the crosshair. But man, Tessis, what a guardian angel he has been for OpTic Gaming in this match.
If they end up losing, if they end up winning this, it's literally because of Tessis.
Yeah, you think back to the half buy that got them the 14th round and also salvaged their economy. He gets 4 in that round, 1v3 clutch in a magnificent fashion at the very, very last end of it. He's just been, a godsend for them, really, start to finish on this Overpass bout. Now we'll see if that actually was the straw that broke the camel's back for GamerLegion.
Well, MSL back onto the AWP. There's the kill. That's an opening kill coming in from MSL. Nico will finish off Hampus. This will be map point for OpTic Gaming. Series point. And semi-final point as well. Gonna peek comes in. Existence slowly creeping, and what a peek, what a timing from Config. He will take away Existence, and Chest and Scream are the last two remaining players here for GamerLegion.
Scream with a very hopeful spray as he gets splashed, and he's going to get taken down. And for opening rounds, OpTic trying to mirror what we saw out of GamerLegion, doing this flawlessly to make sure that their economy is going to be in a good state for the rest of the OT. Not quite flawlessly. Still pretty good.
Well,
series points for OpTic.
Yeah, this they are here, and they, you know, it has been hard fought. They're the favorites coming into the series. GamerLegion should be happy with the performance they brought anyway, but obviously
losing at the very end like this has to be a bitter pill to swallow.
Indeed. Well, this man on your screen, Tessus, has been on another level. And if he's had, you know, the question marks and the doubters, he's definitely shut them up in this series.
Well, his Overpass map alone is definitely showing what he could do in MSL. It's about these straight lines.
Doesn't like them. It's like the Draken 90-degree window. But MSL's like a 1-degree window.
Yeah, no, it's not ideal, and that gives HS the upper hand. Let GamerLegion as well refresh. Didn't take too much damage before the smoke's there to extinguish the Molotov. Kind of trapped in the corner though, and does take significant knee damage.
Yeah. Well, 3 HP, Scream coming in, although Refresh still gets a kill before falling alongside Config. But Existence and Hampus, they're still alive, but it's Tessus, 1v3. Surely GamerLegion don't let this happen again.
They know where he is.
Much more difficult this time.
Yeah, and Aegis is able to dodge the worst part of the utility, really, for Tessus to potentially get out of this. So I don't really see a world where he can do it. Ooh, dangerously close from nailing the wall bang. Is he actually going to go for it? Yeah, he is. So first kill and last kill of the round goes to Aegis, and GamerLegion stay alive for another day.
Could be double overtime.
Very well could be. That would be a fitting end. We've had some close maps. I mean, well, going to a third, that's pretty much what we're doing here today.
Indeed.
No,
it's basically like having 4 maps when you get to overtime, because you get you can get so many rounds in overtime that could just be an entire other map.
And yeah, exactly.
Had that quite recently actually with a virtus.pro game. Went on forever.
Would be virtus.pro to do that. Now let's see. Aegis has been tagged up, hasn't found a kill, so HP in the favor of OpTic for right now.
Well, last round of overtime number 1. And, well, GamerLegion started off well with a clean round win. They kept all 5 players alive. Then it looked like they were going to win the next one. But Tessus had other things to say. And so GamerLegion have salvaged a couple here towards the end. But missed shot from Knock.
Molotov's going to go down. Smoke's already there in preparation. Refreshes have had this happen to him so many times.
He's ready. He's well drilled.
See if there's going to be an HE follow-up like last time. Not yet.
Well, under a minute, Nos. And Nico, his teammate MSL, has got a kill. So Hampus is the man to hit the deck for GamerLegion, and OpTic will keep the advantage here. This could be it. This could be the win for them. They've rotated quite a few players over towards B, and this is where the final attack will be from GamerLegion. That smoke will prevent a few of them from being spotted. Severs the information flow from OpTic as they start to make their way on towards the bomb site. Refresh looking for the kill, but it screams so quick on the headshot. The bomb plant coming in, but Nico, he will spam away, get the kill. Config finds one as well, and it's OpTic with the advantage. Knock at HS trying to make it happen. HS will pick up one, but it's on Knock to try and pull it off. A 1v2 clutch needed. He's got the first, looks back towards short, missed shot, and Tessus knows this. The man that's clutched so many for OpTic, it would be a fitting way to end, but it's Knock that'll pull it back. It's double overtime coming right up.
The game just won't end. And Tessus, as many heroics as he's pulled out so far for OpTic, this might be one too many.
He hasn't had, I don't think he has had a kill since the clutch.
No, he hasn't. That is very true, but
he's used all up all his magic. But here's the odds again, brought to you by GG.bet. Again, so close. I think it's been the most common thing, right? It's been
it's been just neck and neck. And that's really what this game has been all about. Both teams fighting back from deficits and making it to an overtime in the most, I guess, unimaginable ways. Scream started things off for GamerLegion with a couple of clutches, including an ace, and then Tess has decided that he would be no worse.
Yeah. GamerLegion, a team of nomads thrown together and having quite a bit of impact here against OpTic Gaming. Certainly a powerful Danish team, but couldn't quite get it done against Heroic. So again, some of these teams in Denmark starting to rise again. There's been a little bit of a dip, but they're back, and Nico has got the kill onto Hampus.
Oh, look at this. MSL, if he continues up with this forward motion, he's going to get so much information. He knows that there's no real threat here over towards the fountain area, and he's going to hear the rotating existence as well. Now they can just stack up over towards that B bomb site, but they might not just be there in time, actually. It's a heavy rotation. Scream needs to land a headshot, not going to be able to do so. Nico finds another advantage for them, but look at the return from HS.
Yeah, 2 quick kills there, but MSL will finish off the job with a knock and refresh. Topples HS. So 19-18, it's OpTic. They would have loved 19 a little bit earlier, but now we're looking for the magic number of 21. So
22.
22, my maths.
There we go. Yeah. No, I mean, if you're a fan of overtimes, then yes, 21 is the magical number. But I do think both these teams on the server would like to get this over and done with as quickly as possible. Does kind of tear on your nerves to be stuck in a situation like this. OpTic do at least get off to a good start, and this kind of solidifies their CT side economy for the first half of the second OT. Tessus dodges down into underpass. Oof, and Existence going to execute him.
Well, MSL, we've seen this contact play previous, but go for it again. Existence will take away refresh. Config able to pick up one. A second coming in as well. He might just get a third. Indeed, he will. Great flashbang assist coming in from Nico. And that's the kill on the Scream. And so Knock and Hampus into a 2v3, and that's a big play for Hampus. How many times have we seen this guy be behind them? He's going to take his time. The headshot comes in. Didn't want to risk his teammate falling to him, and he'll take away MSL into the 2v2. Config already had so much impact. He would love to finish it off with an ace, but Nico is still here and able to help him. Molotov goes towards Optimus, and that'll force Nico further back. And the rest of the utility being ready to be used by GamerLegion. Drops in towards the bomb site, missed shot in the AWP, and so Nico, he gets the warning shot, and he hides behind the truck, just biding his time. They have got the bomb in their control, and Nico's going to peek, but it's Hampus with a headshot. It has to be the 1v2 clutch from Config, the ace clutch. We've seen this happen already, and here he goes, right through the smoke. Config picks it up on a knock, and it's not into the 1v1. Up against Hampus, he goes towards it. Config makes it happen, and it's the ace clutch yet again, the 1v2 that gives OpTic 20-18.
That is that is quite the way of making your presence felt here. Config's pretty much been anonymous for the better part of this Overpass game, it feels like. And when he first gets into it, it does so in a big way. What is it about ace clutches in this Invitational?
Yeah, exactly. It was Config yesterday as well who had the 1v4 ace clutch.
Yeah.
And then he gets the ace clutch today. Well, we've seen quite a few of them, haven't we? Scream has got 2. Config has got 2, so...
Tessus has gotten 1. Well, not the ace, I guess, but
yeah, yes.
Extreme clutches all around. Hampus as well had a 1v4 earlier today. And MSL starts things off well. Config looking to get more to his tally.
Feels like I'm watching the replay. Config in the same position, doing a little bit of damage, but it will fall. Oh my god, right to the smoke. That's the bomb in Existence. There's not much you can do about that, I'm afraid.
Well,
and Config again through the smoke. He's just done. He's bored. He wants this over and done with.
Yeah. Hulk mode activated. 24 kills. That rose pretty quickly for
I think it was
Config.
on like 18.
I mean, it's just very... I mean, even into overtime, I'm pretty sure he was sitting at 11 kills at one point. Or going into overtime.
Yeah.
So a switch has definitely been hit for him. So meanwhile, Tessus has only gotten a single kill over the course of the overtime rounds so far.
They switch PCs.
After the clutch, Tessus is only finding 1 frag, but it doesn't really matter because it seems like Config is just hoovering up the rest of them. Now it needs to be a perfect CT side half from GamerLegion. They've been so close to closing this out.
Yeah.
Could have secured themselves to the semifinals already, and instead it's got to be the wrong time. The absolute wrong time to go for a tower.
Well, Nork has just got 2 kills, Config and MSL, so it's back into a 3v3, and the magic number really is 21 this time for GamerLegion. And Hampus, he'll start to make his way through the smoke. There's a player on the other end of it, it's Refresh. He's been the quietest performer on OpTic, thanks to Config elevating his skill level, so Refresh is just hiding behind the smoke, biding his time as he moves towards Graffiti. GamerLegion, they can't afford to waste too much more time. They have to eventually go for this. The smokes are covering the vision. They eventually just have to go. And Nico, he's got it. Tessis as well. And Refresh cleans it up. And it was such a well-played series from Tessis. Config towards the end, lighting up the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it seems like they got the right players to activate at the right time for OpTic there. But that was not an easy match. GamerLegion sitting in basically in the driver's seat for a fair bit there towards the end. I mean, having Matt point, good chances to close it out, and then getting really hit by the by the door on the way out.
Yeah, it's not a very nice way to lose, right? When you are so close to taking it over the edge, especially as an underdog, you're about to beat the likes of OpTic and get yourself a semi-final spot in the Chicago Invitational, and just you're so close, but yet so far.
Yeah, it's a rough loss for sure, and especially when you see the progress that they had as well. They started off the day looking really, well, bad.
Yeah,
that's the only way you can really look at it. They get into the groove of own things, and I think once we're towards the end of this for the better part of this best of 3 series, we had a well played out series from both teams.
Yeah, and well, that does conclude Group A. So we have seen OpTic at the start of things. They did have that win against GamerLegion on Mirage with a 16-13. And they went on to play Heroic in the Danish Derby, a 2-1, and Heroic obviously winning on Mirage as well against the Vanguard. But we've seen today GamerLegion close it out against the Vanguard in a 2-1 fashion, and went on to play against OpTic as well, closing it finally and making that semi-final spot.
Yeah, so the 2 Danish teams, they make it through. I guess initially leading into the groups, that's probably what you would have expected, but we've been surprised in the past, and I mean, it was not an easy road for OpTic either to get to this point, but well-deserved in the end, and all you can do is congratulate them. Now they have to take on another task, obviously. We're going to see a couple of decider matches tomorrow as well, but that's going to be Group B being in action.
Yeah, well, we concluded Group A today, and tomorrow will be Group B, so make sure you stick with us and join us tomorrow for the conclusion of Group B.